Hello and welcome to Soul Infused Monday today. Happy Monday, Soul Infused Monday. And I know, as you know, it always takes a moment for people to jump in. So if you're on the replay right now and you're watching this on the replay, take a moment to take a nice deep breath. Remove any distractions and leave a comment below and let me know that you're actually here. I always go back and check every comment, and if you are already live here, right now, do the same thing and or do it twice. So take a nice deep breath, just let yourself arrive. Just take a deep breath. There's so much busyness outside, there's so much always going on. Like, take a moment to take a breath and to simply arrive here. Michelle, how fantastic to see you. Yes, wonderful. Take a nice deep breath with me. Who else is in the house? Who else is in the house today? Leave me a comment below. And if you're new to my show, my name is Sonia Bueno de la Torre. I'm an energy healer, a spiritual teacher, coach, and speaker, and I am passionate about helping you to feel good about yourself, to be in love with yourself, and to reconnect to your soul being, to your true self, and to live a soul-infused life. And today it's all about self-love, and I believe that self-love is really one of the most important topics in the world, and also one of the reasons for most of our problems in the world. I also really do believe that self-love is the foundation for inner peace and happiness, and that loving yourself means loving your true self, and to reconnect to who you really are is what self-love is about. Hi Melissa, hey Michelle, yeah, I love her, I miss you too. I'm so happy you're here. Come here every Monday. So I want to ask you something, and I invite you, if you're just jumping in, I know some of you will just jump in, will go out because you're so busy, there's so many other things, you're multitasking. Hi Linda. So I invite you to take a deep breath. Again, you can never breathe too much. You do not breathe enough consciously throughout the day. Hi Debbie. So keep breathing, and again, set the intention to be fully present here. Just stop doing anything else. Don't do 5 things at the same time. Focus only on one. Focus. Tamira, what a wonderful surprise to see you here today. Wonderful, welcome. What a wonderful group of women we have already. And if there's a man watching, you're so welcome and you're so loved too. So I want to ask you something. So what does self-love mean to you? And tune in for a moment. Tune in. What does self-love mean to you? What do you associate with it? What comes up for you if you tune in to the topic of self-love? And let yourself take a moment. Breathe through it. You can even close your eyes for a moment. Don't overcomplicate it. Just tune in. What does self-love mean to you? And leave me a comment below. Share with me. And I'm going to tell you what self-love means to me and why I believe it's one of the most important topics. And before I dive in there, I want to tell you, you might have heard my story before, and at the same time, I think it's so super important to really revisit why is this topic continuously so important. And if you haven't heard my story before, I'm going to just touch base on a few pointers, but if you look at me right now, and let me see what you're writing. Like being kind to myself, loving myself, including all of my flaws. Yeah, beautiful. Keep coming. Let the comments keep coming. Yeah, being kind to yourself, loving yourself, including all your flaws. If you look at myself today and you might think, oh my God, this is a beautiful, vibrant, loving, kind woman, and that is true. However, most of my life and also growing up, I didn't like myself at all. I hated myself. I felt extremely unlovable. I hated myself at points. I felt ugly for most of my life. So I'm sharing that with you because It has nothing to do with the outside necessarily. And it's such a conditioning, a programming, a wounding that happens very early on in our life. And we get to peel off those layers of those wounds, the traumas, the beliefs, so that you can peel off the layers to rediscover who you really are, so that you can see the truth of who you are in order to be able to love yourself. Because if you don't do that, so let's say there's a personality level and there's a soul level. Personality level is, like all our stuff, the instincts, the conditioning, the drama, the patterns, the inner critic, like all of that stuff is our personality. And then we have our soul level, soul personality, or our soul. And the soul is the truth of who you are on a spiritual level, on an energetical level, the beauty that you are, the energy being that you are. And when I talk about it, you might even feel the difference when I talk about it. If you don't do the inner work to peel off those layers, you are going to stay identified with your personality, with the patterns, with the wounds, with the beliefs. And when you stay identified with that, self-love is very difficult, because why would you love that stuff, right? And so it's a transformation, it's a shifting of peeling off the layers like an onion to really connect to the gem inside of you, to the love, the light, to the being, the essence of your being that you are inside, that comes from a different dimension. You cannot not love that, because it's beautiful beyond measure. And then you still, with that awareness, with that consciousness, with that soul connection, you can be in acceptance, in compassion and forgiveness with all the stuff that might be going on. All the monsters inside of us, the judge, the bitch, the manipulator. We all do that. We all have everything. Self-love does not mean, I'm only looking at the nice things of myself and I'm such a kind, beautiful, loving, always loving person. No, you are everything. You really embrace and accept that sometimes you do manipulate, that you do sometimes judge, that you get angry. So it's a shift in awareness, it's a shift in energy, and it's a shift in consciousness. And it does not go without doing the work, because these are so crusted patterns in us, so conditioned. Does that make sense? Is this resonating with you? And I'm gonna check your comments here, because I love to interact with you. And when you leave me comments, I can actually also support you better, right? Because then I know what you're going through. Hey Bar. Linda is saying, accepting and taking care of myself. That goes back to what does self-love mean to you? Divine plan for me to be here, my story too. Hi Darlene. Self-love means to me respect, kindness, and acceptance of who I am on the surface and in my heart. Melissa is saying, my mind knows this truth, but my body doesn't. How can I shift into that truth into my physical? That is such a great question, and I think I actually answered it already in some way. Knowing about this is not gonna help you do anything if you don't shift it deeply. So you get to do the deeper inner work. And I say this many times, the deep transformation and releasing of those wounds and traumas, you cannot do that by yourself. You need a good coach, you need a good healer, you need someone to work with. And if you at this point don't want to invest in that, or you don't want to do that for whatever reason, then there's so much free material out there. And one of the most important tools, and I talk about this constantly, one of the best tools to incorporate more self-love into your life is meditation. A specific type of meditation. An energy meditation that really shifts, an energy-based meditation that shifts you and helps you to go in, up, down, and out. And I talk about this a lot, and I have so much free material about this. So you gotta be committed enough to your own self-love journey. You sit down every day. You gotta take time every day. You gotta take time every day to cultivate, to nurture, and to kind of give yourself the space to love yourself. And then you want to embody it, because you are right. It is like just knowing about it. I mean, everybody knows it. I mean, I'm not sure if everybody, but you would say any kind of like person with some common sense and knowledge and intelligence knows that loving yourself, being kind to yourself, treating yourself well is better than not taking care of yourself, beating yourself up, hating yourself, never putting yourself first is not good, right? So knowing about this alone doesn't do the trick yet, but you need the knowledge, you need the awareness in order to actually go and move forward with it. Yes, definitely needed to hear this right now. Hi, Xenia. I have gotten stuck in the negative perception. I have always been so introspective. Yes, now it's all focused on. Yes, yes, yes. And it's okay to fall back. It's okay to have those moments. I just revisit it. I've been on my journey for over, how old am I now? It feels like I've been here already like 7 lifetimes. I've been on this journey working on myself for over 23 years. I've been teaching for over 18 years. Self-love has been a major red thread in my life, and that's why I talk so much about it, because it doesn't suddenly disappear. Or it's not like once you love yourself, but I can honestly say I do love myself, and I love myself through the process when I go through stuff. And at the same time, that does not mean woundings come up, that I don't feel rejected, that I just recently felt like, old wounds coming up about feeling abandoned, rejected, not being lovable. And I get to revisit that. But that makes a difference. How do I revisit that? Do I revisit that with shame and judgment? I shouldn't feel this way. What's wrong with me? I've done so much work. No, I love myself through this process and experience the pain. And I can hold the space for myself because there is self-love available over the years that I've been working on myself. Yes, you did. Okay, perfect, Melissa. And I want more than anything to be supported finally at the place of self-love. Yes, there's so much support. You are supported. And the way is really going inward and get help. That's what I do with my clients. The women that I work with come to me and they've done a lot of work already, and yet there's something missing. They want to take it to a next level. They want to take it deeper. And we need that help. I still have people to work with. Because if we could just simply shift this stuff by ourselves, would you not have done it already? And it's okay to ask for help, especially women. Like, we have such a hard time sometimes to ask for help and to really receive. And to invest and to take yourself in, to put yourself important enough to invest in yourself and put yourself first and your well-being. Take a breath. Just take a deep breath. Take a breath. Even just being here right now with me and you and all these beautiful people, beautiful women right here, right now. It's helping you to shift the energy. I want to share something with you real quick that was so powerful for me just the other day. So my life is very intense right now. A lot is going on. I'm not going to go into it right now. I'm sure I'm going to share it because I'm always very transparent. But something is coming up in my life that is very challenging for me, and it is bringing up a lot of old woundings to revisit, just old trauma. So I've been very vulnerable and had my moments when I felt that old kind of like abandonment, not being lovable or afraid. It was more fear than anything else. And I met someone that I started to like, and I haven't had that in a long time, and it triggered some stuff in me that didn't work out. And a part of us always wants to understand. There was no real reason. And then we usually make it about us. It's like, oh, what did I do wrong? Or what is this? But ultimately it was about being with the emotion that's coming up, because it was mine and had nothing to do with the other person, actually. It was just something in me. So I was holding space for that part in me, like this inner child part, this young part in me that grew up feeling so unlovable. I was sitting on the couch here, it's just a few days ago. I was sitting on the couch here with this pain in my heart and this feeling of this young Sonia feeling so unlovable. And I had, tears were coming to my eyes, and I connected, and I took a moment to tune in to who I am today. I connected to who I am today and what I see. And I started to speak to myself. And this is I'm so transparent. I was sitting on the couch and I was talking to that part in me out loud. And I am not going to be able to convey the process and the power of what it was in that moment, but I'm going to tell you what I did that shifted my energy completely. So I was sitting on the couch, feeling that heaviness in my heart, that part of not feeling lovable, and I, as the conscious woman that I am today, start talking to that person, to this young, beautiful being in myself. And I started to say things like, you are so lovable, you are so beautiful, you are loving, you are caring, you are inspiring, you're funny, you are so lovable, and you have everything. You have everything. As I'm saying this to my young part, I'm saying this to you. So while I'm saying and sharing this story with you right now, take these words because they are meant for you too, and they are as accurate to you than for me. You have everything that I would want in a person. You have everything that I desire in a partner. I wish you could see what I see. And the incredible woman that you are. You are exceptional. You are unique. You have everything that I would wish for. You are so lovable. So I was keep doing that, and I was kind of crying, and I was really feeling it on such deep level. And I owned it back for a moment. And it was easier for me to own it back because I've been on the journey for so long. It was this moment I felt like, yes. And I danced, and I felt sensual, and I felt beautiful, and I felt sexy, and I felt like, yes, it's so true. It's not about anyone else. I am the person that I wish I had. So I have it, obviously, I am me. At the same time, because I'm really open and ready to receive a partner in my life, a friend on the path, lover, a man. And so that was all triggered by that encounter that I had. And I just got that reminder, it's again just another level of self-love, a remembering to come back in and to acknowledge and honor who you are today. And that does not mean you don't get to keep growing. That doesn't mean, everything is personal. I don't know. I'm going to keep growing. I'm going to keep expanding. I'm going to keep looking at my shit. I'm never going to stop looking at my stuff that I want to peel off. Absolutely, yes. And at the same time, who I am today and who you are right here, right now is enough, more than enough. And you can ask yourself, and that's how you determine, okay, how much, how deep do I get to do work on myself or not? Because you might not feel like, oh my God, I am the person that I wish. I have everything. I can genuinely say I have all the qualities that I want in someone else, in a partner. I haven't always felt that way. Don't get me wrong. Listen, I'm fat, ugly, totally unlovable. I'm always going to be alone. To this place, I came a long way. And I'm proud of the woman that I've become. And that doesn't mean I don't keep growing. But take a moment to honor and acknowledge yourself for who you are. If you're a woman or a man, it doesn't matter. And honor everything you've done, everything you've committed, and tune into the qualities that you love about yourself. Just take a moment to honor and focus on the qualities that you love about yourself. Just take a moment, do that. Just do that for a moment. And while you do that, take the moment to really cherish yourself for a moment. I'm going to read your comments. I love this. You have everything that I wish in a partner. I say that to my sweet inner girl too. Yes, beautiful. Thank you for sharing. You're so welcome. I am feeling this right now. I get to tell myself all of these things. I'm lovable. I am smart. I am not a total screw up. No, I remove the I am not a total screw up, even though that's true. But just stay with the I'm lovable. I am smart. I am capable. Tears with your transparency. Thanks, Melissa. Yeah, it's so touching. You know, it takes courage. It's so much easier. So much easier to put yourself down, especially around society. It takes so much courage to stand up for yourself, to own yourself and say, I love myself, I am beautiful. And not, I love myself out there. I don't have to, I don't walk around saying this. I'm sharing this with you because I want to make an impact with you. And I'm sharing this because it's so crucial to remember that go back to basics. It's about self-love is the foundation. Don't kind of like get yourself busy with other stuff that it's not the real cause of your maybe struggles or suffering. And it takes courage. It takes so much courage. It's like, hey, how are you? Yeah, I'm okay, I'm fine. Oh yeah, I'm struggling this. Or it's always easier to connect and bond through negativity. But if you say, hey, how are you? I say, well, you know what? I feel so good about myself. I love myself. I had a beautiful meditation. And I feel like I'm such a wonderful person. Like, just imagine someone saying that. People think like, oh, she's nuts. Yeah, she's not nuts. Everybody wants it. But you trigger the pain in other people. So, and thank you, Tolene is already saying your takeaway. So, I love it. I always ask you, what's your biggest takeaway? So I'm asking you today again, and Darlene started the process. Thank you, Darlene. What is your biggest takeaway from today's show? What is landing for you? What are you getting out of this today? And write it in a comment. Put it in words. Put it into the universe. When you share it, you put it out there. You own it. Own it. Be courageous. And maybe you are one of those that never post anything or don't comment. And that's okay too. Totally okay too. And I also invite you to own what you are taking out of this and share it so that it can anchor within yourself deeply. So my takeaway today is doing chores or other responsibilities ahead of morning meditation and other self-care is not self-love. Tears too with your personal sharing. Thank you, and you are so lovable. Thank you, darling. What a wonderful takeaway. I'm gonna say this out loud again. Nothing is more important in the morning. I'm going to have your baby to feed and, save lives or whatever. Yes, but it's like, nothing is important enough in the morning that you don't take time for your self-care and self-love. Certainly nor cleaning the kitchen or taking the trash out or whatever. Your phone. Put your phone away. Don't check news. Don't check your emails. Don't go on social media. Don't do any of that stuff in the morning. Stop that if you still do that. Because that already gets you in a certain frequency. And then meditation is often like out of the window. Great takeaway, Darlene. So happy for you. You are ready. Now your desire will arrive as your love for yourself is complete. You're so sweet. Thank you. I'm capable. Yes, Michelle, you are. I get back to loving myself through meditation and positive affirmation. What a great takeaway. Yes, you get to do that, Michelle. Do it. And come back every Monday. Why would you not just come every Monday, get a dose, as long as I'm still doing it? Linda, your takeaway is much the same as Darlene's. It is something I have to work on every day, and I'm having more success with it. Yes, you get to do it every day because you want to feel good every day. Do you want to feel good every day? You get to do it every day. Again, my millionth time I shared this is like brushing your teeth. You want to have clean teeth, you want to have a fresh mouth every day, you clean your freaking teeth every day, sometimes even several times a day, right? I do. How in the world would that not apply to your self-love, to your self-care, to your own personal well-being and healing? Duh! It's just a little bit maybe more challenging because it's not a habit yet, but yeah, every freaking day. Thanks for the love. Okay, fantastic. Oh, here another huge awareness. Let me not miss anything because you guys are amazing. Tamira, affirmations of your own self-love. What qualities you honor about yourself when practicing daily meditation? That's a great takeaway, yes. And I'm going to repeat that because I think that's a really important one. Even if you, let's say you don't want to meditate for whatever reason that I do not recommend, but it's okay, you do whatever you want to do because it's your life and you are the creator and you get to listen to yourself, okay? You don't even have to listen to me. I just give you whatever I think will help you and you pick and choose. If you even only tune in every day, what are the qualities in myself that I love about myself? And you focus on those. Just maybe you have a big heart. Maybe you're a caring person. Maybe you're a good listener. Maybe you have a lot of patience. Maybe you're strong. Like whatever it is, just focus on those things. Huge self-awareness that I do love myself. I want someone in my life just like me. I put everything I needed to do and did to be here. I have been richly awarded. Yeah, sometimes we just need reminders. Hey, we have those moments, you know, we revisit the pain and the sadness and you love yourself through it. Next time you have something going on later today, don't we always have something going on, right? Maybe you get triggered later today. Maybe something happens and you feel insecure or you get annoyed or you feel rejected. Or you feel judged, whatever it's coming up. Next time this happens, take a deep breath. Tune into the part that feels that way and choose to love yourself through it. Love that part. It's like, oh my God, I have such a hard time right now. I'm going to love myself through it. Oh my God, I feel so unlovable right now. I'm going to love myself through this. Oh my God, why does this guy not like me back? I love myself through it. Why don't I have more money? I love myself through this. Michelle, resistance. Yeah, of course. Love yourself through that too. Love your resistance. It's okay. I love you. I love you. That's okay. I have resistance, don't you think? I have resistance every day. That's okay. That's all right. Just love your resistance. Love yourself through that. And if you come back on a Monday, I will so be welcoming and loving. And if you don't show up, I will be loving you the same way. So, having said all of that, oops, time flies when you love, I guess. If you're watching the replay, or if you haven't posted your takeaway yet, leave your biggest takeaway here. And I invite you to be loving, kind to yourself today. And one last piece I want to say, because I get this question often. Oh, but is self-love not selfish and stuff like that? You know, oh, putting myself first. Maybe you resonate with that. Very quick little input on that one. Not loving yourself is selfish. Not loving yourself is selfish because when you love yourself, you have love for yourself. That means you have love because we are love. And when you love yourself, you have love available, you are love, and you give the love. You have love available for others. When you don't love yourself, you want to keep whatever you have, and it's kind of, that's more selfish because you don't have much to give. So there's much, much more to say, and I'm sure I'm going to talk about this more, and I've talked about this in the past. Go back to my Soul Infused Monday shows. But take that with you if you're one of those who thinks, oh my God, loving myself, putting myself first is bad kind of thing or guilty. Number one, love yourself through that. Love yourself through that too, and remind yourself that not loving yourself is actually very selfish and not and it's not beneficial for anyone in the world, okay? Every few minutes lately, yeah, triggers. Oh, money trigger, get to it now. Yes, yes, yes. I will watch the replay again today. Love to sink in deep and great to hear that many times. Yes, so wonderful, Senya. If this was meaningful to you, if this was helpful to you, please share it with a friend, woman or man. We all need more self-love, and we make a difference in the world. We can heal the world when we heal our own wounds and we love ourselves, because when we love ourselves, we are love and we radiate and we spread and we love others, and everybody needs like everybody needs love, like anytime, anywhere, but this year in particular, okay? Be the light, shine your light, love yourself, and I will see you next Monday on a new episode of Soul Infused Monday. Much love.